Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of A Dairyman. Sorry, my name is Frank. You join me as we've just been over there to drop off some milk that is being delivered, so they can bottle it up into raw milk. We deliver it in a big IBC kind of thing, and they take it from there. It's going to go into bottles of raw milk and be sold pretty quickly. We get a significantly larger markup there on the premium, which is always going to be advantageous for us. Yeah, and now we're coming through Chellington. One of the villages in the local area. Come through this beautiful old arch here, and we're going to head on out. Oh, someone's screeching on the tyres there a little bit. But yeah, we are just going to go for a little bit of a drive. We've got a few little errands that we're running at the moment, and then once we've got those done and dusted, we're going to be heading off to go back up to the yard there. Next on the list is we're going to pick up some molasses that we need, and then from molasses we're going to be heading over to see a scrap man in the village, just to see if he's interested in coming to get some of our stuff. Some of the rubbish that's lying around that we want to get picked up and cleared out of here, really. So we're going to go right here and head on down. As you can see, it's a lovely sunny winter's day here. Very cold, very crisp, but still beautiful nonetheless. I think it's only hovering around 0, but it's absolutely lovely. And we've nice and dry, which is crucial because it means that we can really get on with some own work. And we will see how that goes. So the idea being, that we will look into today get some plowing overdone of some winter stubble. We have soil test results back for all of our fields there, so there's a few fields that we're going to hang on and wait because we're going to spread some muck onto them and maybe a little bit of lime if we can get hold of it. But for the most part, everything's going to get turned over as it is, and we'll see how that looks. Give it a little few frosts to kind of break down a little bit, make it easy to work over when we get into the spring. But yeah, we'll be looking to get that done. Also bury a bit of the trash on the surface. It's still actually there at the moment as well, so it'd be nice to get that taken care of. Ooh, and in we go. It's a quiet day out here though today, I must admit. I don't know where everyone is. It's about lunchtime, like I say there, so everyone's out and about doing something. But yeah, we're looking good. I just really want to kind of get everything pushed along at the moment, and whilst we've got the time, because the cattle are alright. They're just kind of sitting inside, staying warm and fattening up really for the most part. The dairy cattle are doing well as well, so that's always good news. So yeah, we can really not do too much more with them. Like, we can't do a great deal outside until it does get a bit warmer. There's quite a few bits of pieces lying around in here, it looks like. Might have a look, see what's going on. And we come. So we're just here for 2 pallets of molasses. It looks like they are ours. Oh, it's all happening in here today. So all I need to figure out is which of these many vehicles and kind people are going to actually get this all loaded up for me. So we're going to figure that one out. I wonder if it's him on his little cleaning Zamboni thing. But if not, I guess we'll get to know at some point. And we'll come back to you once we have a better idea. So we'll see you in just a couple of minutes. Alright, well, it wasn't the Zamboni guy. It was another nice, helpful individual by the name of Jeff who was able to help us out there. So we'll just get around that corner. And we are off again. Now we're going to go into the village just through here. There's a bit like a builder's yard or like a scrap dealer. Just a small scale thing, but I want to kind of help out everyone locally. So we're going to see if we can do exactly that by grabbing a hold of them and get them to come up to farm 2 to begin with, I think, just to clear out a bit of scrap up there. And we'll see what the rest of it looks like. But for right now, we're just gonna cruise into the village here. Now, if memory serves, I'm gonna go around, and then yeah, we're gonna go this way. That'll be about right. And this shouldn't be not too far around this corner, I think. There's a couple of different places here. That's not them. And it's not a second one along either. Not that one. Must be this third one around the corner here. Yes, that's the one that we want. Okay, it looks kind of shut down at the moment, so we'll just kind of swing the truck into here. Nothing coming there. Yeah, it looks a little bit quiet. Can't see anyone I need here, but yeah, they do. As you can see, there's a few bits of all sorts around here, but they do have a little truck that they come and clear scrap away with. So that's going to be my first idea, just get some of the smaller stuff done and help these folks out. Really, see what we can do for them. But yeah, we are not going to get much joy out of that. So we'll leave that there. I'm going to take this molasses back up to the farm then. Oh lord, someone's really raking it around here. Now, the reason we have this molasses, we are including this into our diet feed, into the mix that we make on a... nothing coming. No, on a morning. And the molasses is a great way for any cattle to get some high protein energy into them. Really just to kind of keep those levels up. As it's getting colder, and I think I mentioned this before, it does get harder for them to stay warm, which means they burn a lot more energy doing so. Which means they don't then store that energy and turn that into muscle and build up their weight, really. So what you don't want to do is let your cattle, your finishing cattle at least, go cold, get cold and wet, because then they'll really start to burn off their energy, and then they don't really have any good value when you take them to the mart. So that's what this is for. It'll always help get a few more sugars and proteins in there as well. Will always help out the dairy herd as well. So it will never be a bad thing as far as that's concerned. Yeah, we should be good to go with that one. We're just going to swing up here. Just park this up. Now, like I say, we've still got quite a lot of ground that we haven't plowed over yet, which is all going to go in the spring. We do have quite a weed problem as well that we're going to have to get the sprayer out at some point and kind of kill that off. I thought the winter temperatures would have killed it off. Hasn't seemed to have done yet. We do, however, seem to have quite a nice little build of a muck there, which is going to go into that field. And that's not going to be touched until that's spread. So we will be, if we get a nice frosty morning over the next month or so, we might even get out and try and get that spread now, just so we avoid turning up the field too much, which would be good. Hey, preferably even whilst we've still got the class telehandler here, that'll be a right turn up. So what we'll do, let's just probably park this in here for now, and then we'll come to get the pallets off here when we can. Fantastic stuff. But yeah, otherwise everything else in here is ticking along nicely. We're ready to feed up this afternoon before we head on up to the up to farm 2 again. We are looking at doing a little bit of fertilizer work as well. It's not really a great time to do it, but we might see if we can get it into the ground now anyway, just to get that first cut silage a good chance when the temperatures warm up in the new year. Get you shut. How have you not left? But yeah, everything's pretty much all mucked out. The telehandler, I must say, is looking very, very good. I'm very impressed with what we've seen so far with it. It's an absolute muscle machine. We're wondering if it's going to be worth trying to demo a Manitou against it as well, or maybe even one of the very desired AgriPro JCBs. We can't find anywhere to get hold of an AgriPro. Dealers around here are all kind of Manitou or class, to be honest. This one that we have here was bought second hand, so it didn't come from a dealer directly. But yeah, it's a nice, it's a beautiful Scorpion telehandler there. Very impressed with it. We do still have a little bit of work I want to do with it. At some stage, we're going to go and push up the muck heap, because that's always a very powerful task and job for a telehandler. And then we've got some more work to do up at the other yard. We'll be going up there to do a bit more bale work, probably later on today, and we'll see how that all looks. But yeah, otherwise that is all good. We're going to, like I said, do a spot of plowing today with some of our fields which are on the northern edge of this farm 1 here, and it'll be a good chance for us to kind of get going a little bit there, get some more groundwork done, see how everything's looking, and see how it's all turning over. I'd be curious to see if we'll actually get it to plow over or not, so we'll have to give that a quick go first, I reckon. Okay, so engine oil is looking good on this little girl here, which always has a good strong start. Let's just jump on in and fire her up. Wonderful. Goes the plow. Fantastic stuff there. And we're going to get ourselves, just slowly take ourselves away to that other field. It's really not that far away from us here, actually. It's probably our most northern field apart from the new ground that's way over on the other side there, actually. Get something around here first. Easy. There you go. Okay then. Alright, so what we'll do is just take ourselves down to, like I say, we're just going over there. Pretty much. Not the biggest field in the world, but something just to get ticked off the list, really. Get it worked over there and get it looking in good shape, because we can then kind of just move on. And the idea behind the winter plowing is to A, get it plowed over, but B, when it gets cold and it kind of crisps and freezes at the top layer of topsoil there, so it allows it to kind of work down and crumble a little bit easier. So it makes the job of spring drilling just a little bit better, and that'll be good for us. Now, ooh, there you go. Test the brakes early. We do have need to get our slurry tanker out and ready to go, actually, because we're going to try and get onto the hard ground as well in the new year with that. So that's going to be a job to do fairly soon as well. And then we need to think about getting our maize drilled as well. So we need to get that land ready, because we do want to get some more maize fodder out there as well. So lots to kind of keep myself going with at the moment. As always. But yeah, we're just going to sneak on down the little track here, get into the field that we need to be in. There you go. Without taking out that road sign, that looks like it's going to be... oh yes. That would not have been advantageous to do, Frank, at all. Okay, it's a beautiful little village here. It really, really is. That lovely church. Someone's even got some nice little allotments down here as well, but we'll try not to cause them too much distress at the moment. There are a few gate posts on this land that are a little bit small. This one's all right, but it won't take much. You never know, might want to look into this. Now there's a lot of weeds spread around here, a lot of dock leaves spreading, which I'm hoping they haven't gone to seed yet. We'll have to keep an eye on them, but these ones haven't, so we're going to get this plowed over now and see how we can start to get them under control, really. Like I said, it's not the biggest field in the world. It's a bit of a dogleg of a field, to be honest. But we'll square it all off. We'll probably just square it off down this side, I think, and that should be us good to go. But yeah, it is certainly a beautiful area to be working in. Some lovely surroundings around here. It's absolutely stunning. So we'll just take ourselves around this side. Okay, good balance. Nicely done. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of an odd shape, but we'll just start on this edge, like I say here. We'll get this side stripped down, and then we can even put just on that bottom corner there, where we can just take control of that edge. And I think, yeah, that's what we'll do. In fact, our plan. Nicely done. So I hope you're all doing very well anyway. Do let us know down below what you're getting on with, what you're driving, as always. Love to know. This little chunk I'm going to square out here first. You never really want... Well, I can never stand having a field that's not straight and then following the field edge. I have to square it all off as quickly as possible. There you go. And we're going to take that line straight down the side of that hedge there and probably square out the bottom end as well if we can. That should be good. Perfect, and back we go again. Yeah, let me know, like I say, there's been a lot of great comments recently about how we're getting on here. I'm pleased so many of you had some great insight into the Class Scorpion as well. Love to hear how you found, if you own one and drive one, how you find it. Let's get all the insight that we can around that machine. Okay, so we could be looking pretty darn good here. Let's just get ourselves away. Flat to the Mac. Oh, I love the sound of this tractor when we plow with it. It doesn't do too much these days. It does the plowing, it does the baling as well, and it'll pull. I used to do the drilling, but we're going to do this. Use the 68 for that now, and does a little bit of other bits and pieces as well. Some of the heavier draft work when we need it to. But just listen to that engine note when it does. It just sounds fantastic. Absolutely superb. That's not looking too bad either. So we're going to try and get this all squared away and straightened up, and then we'll see how we're looking. Looks like we have to just take care of this edge down here. But then we'll be looking good, I am sure. But okay. Yeah, it actually seems to be plowing over quite dry already. Actually, I was expecting the amount of rain that we've had that it would be coming through in a terrible state. But actually, yeah, so far far it's all right there. So that's good news. That means that when you'll see it slowly like kind of crumble over the next couple of weeks, it's probably going to be at the earliest. It'll be mid-February, March by the time we get into it. I would say the very earliest, but we'll keep an eye on that one anyway. Perfect stuff. One more little spin down there, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so stop like that. And we'll just square this whole edge up. But yeah, then we're going to be putting a lot of spring barley in, I think, because I'm not sure. Usually I put a bit of winter wheat in. We didn't get all that around to it this time around. Just conditions weren't favorable enough. So we'll be putting some spring barley in there for feed again. And we'll see what that looks like from a price standpoint. Because no doubt everyone in this area at least is going to have struggled putting their barley in. Or putting their wheat in the ground. So there will be resulting in an influx in spring barley again next year. But hey, I can only worry about my own business and my own plans, and we'll do just that. We'll try and see what we can get in the ground and see how it looks there. We've got a budget to try and stick to, so I'm sure we can try and get that one done. And we'll be flying along. Right now though, pull ourselves forward ever so slightly. Down she goes, and we are away. Oh, listen to it. A slight hill to plow up on as well. Absolutely glorious. Fantastic stuff here. But this is going to be me for the rest of the day, so not too much has changed. We are still looking for a hedge trimmer, or a flail mower, or whatever people like to call it. So if you know of any good classifieds going, do let me know, because I'm looking into a few of those options. And seen a few models out and about. Some of them are looking pretty good. Some of them are a little bit too old for what I wanted, and I want a little bit more of an electronic control, but we'll have to see about that. That does bring up the price quite a bit, naturally, so we'll have to just keep an eye on that one, see what it looks like. But yeah, otherwise, everything else is pretty good, I think, at the moment there. We got that contractor come back next week as well. He's going to be coming along just to get that work done with the lime spreading as well. Now that we have our results back from the agronomist, he's going to be getting stuck into that one, so that's going to be good to see. We'll welcome him back, Andrew I think his name was, and we'll get that work taken care of there as well. But for right now, like I say, we're just going to keep ticking along here. It's a beautiful day. Probably got a few hours, about 2 hours before I need to go back and get ready for feeding up. At which point we'll call it a day. So we might get this all done, but we'll see. For now though, like I say, we'll just plug away, keep admiring this beautiful view, and we'll see where it gets us. Until next time though, I've been Frank. I do hope you have enjoyed. A bit of a random one today, but I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. Until next time, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll see you later.